Hello and welcome to the next edition of the podcast. We're still struggling on a name. We haven't worked that out just yet.
Yeah, I think our motto could be better than Dan Matz. I mean, they're pretty hopeless, aren't they? But it has been a couple of weeks, hasn't it?
It's been a couple of weeks.
We've been away, haven't we?
We're just trying to fix from our last podcast, trying to make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of research.
We've been looking at the History Channel. We're looking at the ABC fact check to make sure that all our facts are correct, I think you could say. No, it's been a couple of big weeks, hasn't it?
It's nice to be back.
Yeah, the netball. Australia won the netball against Kuwait, was it? No. It was...
I didn't watch any of it.
I'll
confess.
The netty.
Saw a bit at Chatswood at Chelsea Hotel. That's it.
You saw them playing at Chelsea Hotel?
No, I didn't actually see it on TV.
Okay, right. I think they won, and I've been celebrating a lot.
All week around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just for the victory.
Yeah, it was that, and of course Penrith Panthers lost again. So that's nothing new, isn't it?
Wasn't the best game.
The Pink Panthers
against the Dragons.
Yeah,
it's all right. Have a good season next year. Get troops
yeah,
back.
That's right.
Third time lucky, we'll be right.
We'll win in 2020, I think.
20.
Yeah. Or what about the Globe though? The war.
I'll have no hair by
I don't have
20.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'd prefer to do it while I had hair.
Yeah.
So you found your wallet though, Cameron, from our last podcast. You lost your wallet.
My pocket. No, it wasn't in my pocket. It was one client had it actually in Forestville. It was near the toilet. So I got my wallet back. Yeah, I found that. I broke my phone though on the weekend. I had a couple of champagnes, a couple of Merlots, spilt it, dropped it cold, and I may have had a little bit of spew on the side. But I've got my wallet. I got my wallet. I got my phone. I had to get a new phone with the fixed screen. But I lost my shopping. The trend continued. I talked about the shopping last time, I think. Or was this new shopping?
No, not last time. It's definitely carrying on.
Well, I mean that will fit in well with our movie segment.
So there's a book thief
with David Attenborough. Yeah, I mean,
there's a book
thief. The book thief is true. It's not fiction.
So enlighten us how it happened.
Oh, it was horrible. I was up very early doing my coaching for the week, doing the newspapers as well. And I was eating a burrito at 9 a.m. because I was hungry and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, well, you know what, I'll go get something to eat. Not at Kmart, but, something to go get at Kmart. So I bought a couple of books. I sat down, I was eating this burrito and might have dazed off for a bit. Woke up.
Punching a few Zs.
Well, woke up, went down the escalator and realised I didn't have my books. So I went up there again and I thought, where have I been? So I went to the toilet. Sort of knocked on a few doors. That really disrupted a lot of people. Wasn't there. Someone stole it. Went to the help desk. She wasn't very helpful at all. So not good. I've only just got over it, actually. I've also spilled a bit of mince on my genocide readings. So
mince?
Well, yeah, not like Eclipse, not Eclipse mince that you can eat up, but actually beef mince in the burrito. So that was that. Oh, and the phone breaking, and I had Coke on the weekend. It kept me up a little bit. Coca-Cola. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried.
Yeah, right.
Hang on.
Well, it was the same experience. I mean, I was up the whole time. I was.
Same effects.
I was on a trampoline, jumping my life away. What have you been up to though?
Not much. Just same old. Just work. Forgot for the first time about a session yesterday. First time I've ever done that.
A boxing session or?
No, coaching session, mate.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's the first time I've forgotten a session, so not good. So it's the first time I've ever done that, so it's been a bit of a rough week. That's all right. We move on.
We do. And Krakatoa. Let's Krakatoa on.
Did, so phone broken, spew
everywhere. Yep.
Had a lot of Coke.
I think I've broken down the escalator system in Chatswood because I spewed all over it. Big night. I had some Coke. I had some bourbon with it. I had double bourbons. I met someone who I went to primary school with again, and he went in jail. He went for armed robbery. He robbed the good guys. I feel quite guilty though because he said I may have contributed to his problem.
No, but okay. you mentioned this to me the other night. I have a problem with that because he and Cameron King actually bullied me in high school.
Yes, of course.
So, to be honest,
I bullied
he
him.
got what he deserved.
I bullied him in primary school, but I started the whole
that's
bullying
yeah, you started
system,
it, so it's a butterfly effect.
It is.
So you bullied him, and then in turn, he bullied me in high school.
Yeah, right.
Remember how he said, "Oh, you used to have a lot redder nose." They used to make fun of him and call me Rudolph. That's fine. I've moved on.
He was in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail, and I'm not in jail.
He was in Silverwater. He's out though. He got out.
Yeah,
I don't know how he got out. The system's not very safe though. Really. But yeah, he started talking to me about his problems in primary school. I was the ringleader. I was like, it was like Lord of the Flies. I was bullying. I was, completely. I was a horrible person. But we've all changed, I guess. I was fat as well though.
Just go to the canteen. What did you?
The meat pies. The meat pies, the tomato sauce.
Ice cream?
Yeah, we could only have it on Fridays, so what a
Friday.
shit system that is. Has no correlation with the weather, does it?
It's kind of like when you're a kid and your parents don't let you eat sugar or lollies or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you turn, 18, you move out, you got your first paycheck, use all that money to buy lollies because you've never had sugar. Well, you've probably had just minimal amounts. Yeah. First time you ever had it, and you love the stuff and you just don't stop eating it. So I suppose it's a bit like that.
Well, no, it isn't. Well, yeah, it is.
So you go the whole week without not having ice cream,
and then on
it's
Friday,
ice cream, you go nuts.
Yeah. I had a horrible experience in primary school. I mean, obviously I bullied people, but other than that, I did have a horrible experience. I got hit by a rugby ball, and I was eating a meat pie and a move at the time, and it fell on me and splattered everywhere, and I always remember it.
That's something you see in the movies.
Well, no one called for. I mean, God, what are we... I'm not a golf course, but still, call it out. Warn me, I just got the meat pie, I've just got the move, and then bang. This Chinese man hits the... I didn't even know that... Oh, I'm not going to say that. But, they hit the rugby ball up and... it came down on me like a...
Like a rugby ball.
Like a firework.
Like a fire.
It was extremely destructive.
So what we were trying to do just before the podcast is we're going to start off with a song, different song each day. We liked America, Horse with No Name.
We did.
We chose that one. Hopefully it comes through all right.
Yeah, right. Talk to the techs. The Techsperts at Dick Smith.
We'll have to check with ABC.
EB Games.
EB Games.
Good specials at the moment. No, we will have to talk about. We'll have to talk to ABC about this if the government doesn't sack all their jobs, which would not be necessarily undesirable thing. But we will talk to the fact check. I mean, how did we go last week with our facts about global warming and other things?
Well, one was confirmed by Wikipedia.
Was it?
Chameleon.
Right.
I don't know if you remember the chameleon.
That was a Pokemon story, wasn't it?
No, it was an actual chameleon. Which I saw
flower.
in Vietnam.
Flower.
It's a lizard.
A lizard, right?
Yeah, camouflages in different environments to survive. Changes colours to survive in different environments.
Yeah, right.
True story. So I saw one for the first time.
Okay,
so we checked with Wikipedia.
Wikipedia
that
was right.
correct. Hopefully, I mean it's a reputable source.
It's very reputable. It's more reputable than Wiki Questions because there's actual answers. But I wouldn't be putting it up there with a university source.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, we did quite well last time. I mean, the thing is...
It was our first time.
Oh, yeah. Whenever it's your first time, you're a little bit nervous. You're not really sure how the thing works, We
did have an absence shot beforehand just to loosen up.
Yeah, you don't think you're going to last that long in your first time.
No.
You don't think you can ever... If you do it badly, you're ever going to do it again. Sometimes you don't even know what gender... Oh, no, but we did okay. We were inebriated, though.
Nonetheless.
We woke up with... I woke up with a big hangover. Yeah, right.
I mean, there's a few things we'll polish up, but we'll get better as we go, hopefully.
We are good, though.
We're testing, we're still trying to see what works.
Exactly, right? What brand
Eventually
are we?
We'll maybe add a Reddit thread, just so everyone can rip on us.
Reddit? Right.
Reddit thread, yeah.
We could be on the Twitter sphere?
Yeah,
we could,
all that, yeah.
We could be on MySpace.
I don't think anyone uses MySpace anymore.
Edmodo, that's a pretty popular source for Year 7
really?
students.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, we did it in Year 12. Remember Miss Van Gogh? We had Edmodo. The blog. Post on the blog. No one ever posted. It was only inappropriate things like fuck you and things like that. So Edmodo could be useful.
That's a good one. And
So-
we're going to finish the podcast off with one of our songs. A couple of years ago, we sung some songs with no other than Bradley Yip.
Mm.
So we're gonna finish off with one of those songs, and maybe next time we can do one with Teenage Dream as well. Remember the one we did featuring?
We did. Well, maybe with the special viewing.
Yeah, that'll be goody. So maybe we can add that next time. So that's how we're going to try and do it.
Teenage Dream is all about growing up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much about our first podcast, our first time, pretty much.
Now, one of the last things that I was critiqued on last time by Maddie, my girlfriend, she said we need to move on to topics quicker. So our next topic is hits chart. What songs are on your hits chart this week? What songs have tickled your fancy this week?
I went to JB Hi-Fi the other day.
Yeah.
And I got told to leave because I might have spilled Coke everywhere. But I went back
Did
in.
you actually?
Yeah, I did. It fizzed. It
Oh,
fizzed.
yeah,
I didn't realise I was shaking it, and it fizzed, and I may have caused a couple of accidents outside because I didn't put the yellow sign up. But anyway, I went back in.
I don't think that's your job to put a yellow
Well,
sign up.
yeah, I probably should have notified people.
Yeah.
I went in and I couldn't find I always get lost in JB Hi-Fi, don't you?
Which one?
Oh,
Westfield?
this is the one.
Shuffle?
This is one in Broadway. It's a big one.
Oh, no, I've never been there.
Anyway,
Why do you get lost?
Yeah, I bought a couple of horror films.
Yep.
But I did buy this 90s chart music.
Very good.
There's a couple of good songs. Britney Spears.
Lovely.
Madonna. I don't think she's the 90s, but she'd like to be at least. Christina Aguilera. I'm also really into Celine Dion off the Titanic. She sings a lot of great songs. And I've just been listening to that a lot. And
One with, I can't even remember now. I think it's not Lionel Richie.
Jay-Z.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
There's one with R. Kelly.
Yeah,
Don't know the one.
Pretty
Look it
similar
up, look it up.
theme of genre. Love, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking
Always
of
the same with
speaking
those,
of love and genres, Whitney Houston's family.
What about?
Well, her daughter
Right.
has committed suicide or has died as well.
What?
Yeah, right.
What was that?
It was the other day.
Oh.
I just thought that's fascinating. But back to this issue of
How
Celine
is that?
Dion.
I'm Your Angel is the song, Cameron. Celine Dion, R. Kelly, I'm Your Angel. That
I'm
one's-
your angel.
that one's-
You know who my angel is?
Who?
My barista.
Who's your barista?
Well, I won't name her on this show, but she does a great job. I've only just been allowed to have large skim caps, because about 6 months ago, I had a heart attack. No, I didn't. I had a close heart attack.
You had pericarditis,
I had
which is an inflammation of the outer layer of your heart.
catitis. Pericarditis is what
Pericarditis.
my doctor called it. And I was in hospital for quite a while, and
Twice.
when I came back, the barista said, no, you can only have small, mainly because my mum had gone up there and informed her, written a note to say, you sign that you will never give Cameron a large. So I got people to go up there and get me drinks. But she is my angel, pretty much. I gave her quite a bit. I think I have an addiction. I think there should be an intervention. It's almost... I've never had cocaine, but I guess going back to our topic of drugs and how we should ameliorate the problem, it is a legalised drug, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not illegal to drink coffee, is it?
No. It's an expensive addiction.
It is expensive. It's not as much as cocaine.
Oh, no way. Oh, I think you need it. I need it. Just to...
You need
gives
ice.
No, not ice. Coffee.
Ah, yeah, of
Caffeine.
course.
Just
Yeah.
gives you that little bit of energy, and so you're not as... Your attitude's better.
Mm.
Especially for me when I go to coach. Just my attitude's just a little bit better.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
tired and down. And
It's a stimulant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. That's what I've been told.
It could be a depressant.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. What about your hits this week?
My hits this week, I had a couple of goodies on
The Coles ad.
the new. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but Galantis.
Galantis.
Galantis. You reckon it's
Their new song.
No. So I listened to their new album. There was a few good songs in there. Like there's Gold Dust. I've heard that song before. I love it. But there was another song right at the end. It's called Water. Good song.
Right.
Good. So that's probably number one at the moment this week for me. Galantis Water. There are a few good songs in there. But last night I heard a song called from Young the Giant. I just can't remember the name. It's from NHL. No.
Oh, okay.
It's a cracker.
Cracker.
See, here we go. Young the Giant, My Body. Good
Juice.
song.
What?
Wolf Rider, From Where You Are. Another NHL soundtrack.
Wolf Rider. Yeah, right.
If you're into Porter Robinson, Sea of Voices. That's just
We don't have any
an
connections to
emotional song.
these artists, do we? We're not trying to sell or...
No.
We don't really have any sponsors yet.
All from the NHL soundtrack. Oh, no. I don't think it'll take...
We're still waiting for sponsors to return my calls. I voicemailed them after that absinthe shot. Started screaming at them. We've tried... Who have we tried? We've tried Samsung. We've tried Logitech. We've tried HP. I mean, they give good printers. They might be able to advertise us.
I don't think... We haven't tried any yet, can we?
No, we haven't.
Maybe
I'm making that up.
We should.
We could.
Maybe
We could
should.
send out the emails. Emails are annoying though, aren't they? They take a lot of time. What would be an effective way to advertise you?
I don't know. I'm not...
You get out the
That's
leaflets.
Definitely not in my field.
Bit like politicians, we could, search the community.
To
We could,
try it for sponsors.
yeah, we could.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, we could. We could have leaflets and say, would you like to sign up with us? A bit like the life-saving people up there. With it. We could wear suit jackets. We have to appeal to people, don't we?
I know with podcasts I listen to, it's called the Steve Dangle podcast. They're brought to you by Panago Pizza. Maybe something simple like that.
Local community
Local
businesses.
Pizza store or something like that.
It could be
Something
brought
like
to you by my tutoring business.
Yeah. Or promote Lisa's? Lisa's
Oh,
Cafe?
we could, right? Yeah. I
I don't know.
I don't think she likes me, but of course. We could. And what's always baffled me about that cafe is why is it called Sam's Cafe? Maybe if we get her as an advertising, we could get her on the show to talk about why it's the mysteries. Similar to Atlantis or the mystery of the Titanic. Why is it called Sam's Cafe? Because her husband's name's not Sam. It's Connie.
Connie?
Yeah,
Is it
Connie.
actually?
I went out with a Connie once.
It's not Connie Hurrell, is it?
No. I went out with a Connie and she said, I don't like you. She said that a little later. But she said to me, I'm 36. I thought she was, my age. I was about 19 back in those days.
Yeah.
I did meet her at the Three Wise Monkeys. And I think that's not the place you go for love.
Three wise ones.
Have you been to the Three Wise Monkeys in the city?
No.
It's about $5 to go, and it's probably the only place you can go in when you're pretty much, pissed as. Half cut, steamrolled.
Actually, there's something just on that.
Connie.
I heard. I was listening to the Grill Team yesterday, and there's a bar in the city that's banning people from wearing their high vis vests when they walk. If they wear their high vis vests, they can't.
A high what?
Can't. They're not allowed in. High vis vests. You know the tradies.
Oh, of
You know
course.
the fluoro ones. Yeah, if they walk into the bar, they're not allowed in.
The unions
They have to take it off.
The union would not like that. The unions.
I think that's outrageous.
That could
That's
be.
really
That's
unfair.
discrimination.
It's really unfair. Because it could just be their T-shirt. It's not like they can just take it off. They don't take it around a pair of spare clothes.
No.
I mean, they're doing the hard tasks.
Exactly.
Out of
And we're not
everyone.
doing PE at school. I mean, we don't have
No.
bucket loads of bags to, unless you're Scott Thompson, of course. He did have a bucket load of bags on the weekend, and that's definitely a euphemism.
Ziploc bags.
No, he's still got my Ziploc bag, but he did take a couple of bags. I don't actually understand that. Why are they called bags?
I don't know.
It's baffled me. Why call it bags? Surely there's another name. I mean, what do we call marijuana? What's the euphemism for marijuana?
Weed.
That's right, yeah. Anything else? The green machine. No, that's the
I
Raiders.
don't know.
I reckon
actually
they'd have to be on marijuana. Either them or the Warriors. They're terrible at the moment, aren't they? Huh? What do you think the drug the Panthers are on? They're probably on Staminade. Hopeless. Why don't they get on the real shit? You know what? They're probably on that bloody mixed Gatorade stuff, but you don't even get enough shit out of it.
Powder.
Yeah, they probably don't put enough powder in there.
They're trying their hearts out.
They are, yeah, but they're really injured. As someone said the other day, they're literally all in hospital. More than me, actually, I'd say. Is Jamal just playing next year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. He'll get injured in
If
second
we had
round.
made the finals, he would have been playing.
Oh, right.
Same with Matt Moyle and all those. But
So he's announced his retirement then, because we're not in the finals.
I hope not.
We'll make it one time.
Let's move on to On This Day, just for a bit of a history lesson today. On August the 28th.
August the 28th?
28th, yes.
Well, we're on the wrong day.
That's all right. We'll just do the 27th.
Yeah, we've got Krakatoa, which is in, I assume it looks like Hawaii.
It's the most powerful volcanic eruption recorded in history.
Oh, it's near Indonesia.
Yeah.
Right.
I watched on the History Channel. There's a program called How the Earth Was Made. I watched this. It was really interesting.
Right.
Really interesting. So that's definitely the lead story for On This Day. What next, Cam?
I think.
Oh, that was a goodie. Here we go.
Yes.
NFL star
Yes.
Michael Vick pleads guilty in dogfighting case.
Yeah.
That was 2007.
It's still quite resonant in the media today, actually.
Yeah.
I heard it the other day on the SBS.
Battle of Brooklyn? I didn't even know that existed.
Well, it was a big one.
Do you know about that?
No.
No.
But also, I guess, Beatles manager Brian Epstein dies.
When was that?
In 1967.
Oh, yeah? Oh, wow. Okay.
LBJ was born. LBJ was the president of the USA AOK in the Vietnam War. We did talk about the Vietnam War last time.
Just bits, I think.
We did. We talked about the Remnants
War
Museum. Yeah. Propaganda.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The Dundress driving. So I think that's... But, everyone always forgets about 1916 on this day, don't they? Especially when they think it's the wrong day.
This is an absolute biggie.
Romania is entering the war on this day.
How big?
They play a central role in not affecting the war at all. Their involvement...
Their minimal involvement.
Their minimal involvement only extended the war. And that's a little bit unfair. But they were important, I think, nevertheless. They're part of history.
World War II. What's that? Japanese?
Well,
do you know a bit about that?
I do. The Japanese, for any Japanese viewers, I think they feel a little bit guilty about the war. But
or
they were...
listeners?
Yes. We haven't got a Skype yet.
No,
or a Viber. But, yeah, I mean, they requested a meeting with FDR, Roosevelt. Didn't go very well. And a couple of months later, they bombed Pearl Harbor, which brought the US into the war.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow, okay.
that was quite important, particularly for us. Talk about Viber, though. I got asked on the street yesterday to help someone attach an image to Viber and send it to someone. And this guy came up to me and it was an image of his passport. He just gave me his phone and all that. You know what I found in all the messages of this Viber? Singles messages. Meet me in Westfield, Parramatta, next to where the person got stabbed. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, that he just give me his phone. I didn't know what to do with Viber. I didn't even know what Viber was. I thought it was Vibber. But, just this guy, just gives me his phone and, he says, look, I don't know what he was trying to do. Have you had any stories like that?
No, I don't even... I don't even think I've heard of Viber.
Right.
I'm obviously living under a rock.
It's a little bit like Uber, but it doesn't involve transport.
Is that like Uber Schnitzel?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
From, what's the place called?
Vanuatu?
No, the German place. It's the German place. You get the big jugs of beer. Mind blank.
Mein Kampf. No, that's a bit awkward. Beer Garden, not the Belgian beer cafe, the Bavarian beer cafe. Yes, the Bavarian beer cafe.
The Uber Schnitzel? Is
yes, I am. No, I'm not. So I think importantly for our listeners, this is a really critical day. I mean, yesterday was a very critical day.
It's really interesting how it led on to that event. Thanks for that insight.
Well,
Cameron.
that's okay. That's what I'm training for. You know.
We're very heavily involved in the Vietnam War.
We were.
So another one is U.S. aircraft conduct heavy raids on Hanoi and Haiphong. Flew back from Haiphong. Actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yep. Nice airport.
Tiny.
You
just walk out on the runway.
A lot of US dollars there, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah, I think there is. In Ho Chi Minh there is.
I didn't come across it.
Okay. Well, overall, I mean, how would you rate Vietnam? Cuisine.
I mean, it was nice. I like Central Vietnam better. No one really nice beaches, really nice mountains and views in Central Vietnam. Didn't like Ho Chi Minh. Just too hectic, too chaotic, really grotty. Ugh. I know, I sound like a bit of a goose, but didn't like Hanoi. Same thing. It was even worse. Definitely, if you're going to go Central Vietnam, this is the way to go. Really liked Phan Thiet, I think the place was called. So I would recommend that.
I guess
Central Vietnam, just more for the views, the landscapes. But yeah.
I guess we are extremely capable podcasters.
I hope so.
That's a big call, but I think we could offer travel tips. You know, people could email us in and say, "Look, Dave, I'm thinking of going to Tripoli. Should I go?" And we'd have to weigh up the circumstances of a civil war and say, "Yes, you could go if you want to die." I'm not going to go that other one I was thinking of, but they could go to. I'm going to Afghanistan. Yeah. Shall I bring body armour? Yes, I think so.
I'd probably say no, you just don't go at all.
Yeah, I'm going to Africa. Shall I wear a bum bag? I think it's probably a very suitable thing in Africa to wear a bum bag.
Yeah,
wouldn't you say?
I think wherever you go. I wouldn't go. I probably wouldn't go there anyway, to Africa, to be totally honest. I know Dom went recently.
Right.
I don't think I would go.
Dong, my dentist.
Yeah, Dong. No, Dom O'Mara.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'd go to South Africa. I know that's
I've been to South Africa.
I suppose
big shopping malls.
I'm a little bit worried about like Ebola, things like that. Because after you got off the flight from Vietnam, it's like, where have you been? If you've been to Africa, like, tell us.
Yeah, right. Of course you wouldn't, though, would you? You just say, no, of course I haven't been to Africa. I don't want to go through customs.
Yeah.
Indonesia's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I don't think
it seems really nice there, but I don't think you'd be able to communicate.
You got the death penalty, of course.
Oh, of course.
It's hard to avoid. Death penalty for pretty much anything, really.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go.
But I think there are some great places to go to. Melbourne's one of the most livable cities.
Is it?
If you like severe climate change, from sunny to cold within a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah.
They have some nice bars.
Gets cold there.
Literally,
a lot of people really like it there. Yeah.
It's the hub of the ABC, though, isn't it? Hipsters everywhere.
Simon
and
Bell
Garfunkel
really enjoyed it.
I'm sure he did.
So he really liked it.
He's an interesting left winger, though, isn't he? He doesn't look like a lefty.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like a. I don't even know what he looks like. He's an interesting man.
He's a country boy.
Is he a country boy? Right. Where's he from?
Don't know.
Okay.
Can tell you.
Right. That's helpful.
I have a feeling maybe somewhere up north.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He looks like a north sort of coast guy.
Maybe like Tamworth. I don't.
Tamworth? Yeah. He looks like a typical Tamworth. He hasn't got the hat, but I took it from him, so maybe he could be from Tamworth. The big sort of brimmed hat that Tamworthians wear.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Right.
I've been to Tamworth once, but I didn't really take it.
Very country sort of area. Lots of singing.
Up north.
Lots of singing. Lots of bars. Quite a nice area. Pretty good at hockey as well. Yeah.
Oh, well, they would be. Then nothing really else up to see there.
Yeah, so... I mean, that's interesting, isn't it?
that was to finalise. That was on this day.
Oh, was it? Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't on this day. It's the wrong day.
A little bit on that.
I think we were on the wrong History Channel. I think we're not on the History Channel.
Now, next thing I want to move on to is just some sport. In the NRL, I don't know if you heard recently, Robbie Farah on the way out. He's on about $1 million a year, which is a lot of money. So they need to get rid of him. I have strongly heard that he's going to the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Is this from your neighbour again, or
no? Josh Massoud from Channel 7.
Oh yes, Josh. Well,
no, he's good. He's got some good sources. He's obviously got some good mail, but that's what I'm hearing. Robbie Farah's going to go to the South Sydney Rabbitohs, seeing as they've lost Bully Luke from.
Well, I hope he finds the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I mean, they're pretty much wearing the Broncos jersey these days, aren't they?
Russell Crowe.
The South Sydney Broncos.
Have you seen Russell Crowe lately? I haven't seen him around.
I think he's doing Troy 3. Well, he wasn't in Troy, though, wasn't he? He was in Gladiator.
He was in Gladiator.
Yeah.
I suppose they're heading into round 25.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch it too much, but who do you think's the best placed to win the comp? Usually, top 4 are more likely to win the premiership than anyone outside of that. South Sydney's sitting on 4th.
Yeah, but they've
Cowboys
been struggling
on
lately.
3rd, Broncos 2nd, Roosters 1st. Roosters lost Pearce and Warrior Hargreaves on the weekend, so I'm
Where are
concerned
they?
by that. I don't know where they are now.
Bondi Hotel.
Probably.
Could be in the jail. Maybe he's getting yelled at by his dad again, Mitch Pearce. Well,
Wayne Pearce.
Wayne Pearce, the guy who blinks a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, he's on Fox Sports. I think the Broncos will do well. Yeah, I mean, Corey Parker is aging by the minute. I mean, he should be on a hair removal ad or something. Yeah. I need to talk to him about his grey hair because, I'm getting hair, so I'd like to have a little bit of a heads up from the old Corey. I mean, when is he going to retire? Probably when they win, which will be this year.
I'll give him, I reckon, 3 years.
3 years? What, until he dies? Or?
Oh, no, I hope not.
Life expectancy of Corey Parker. I mean, how's Shane Webby going? I mean, I imagine he'd be bloody hitting people with shopping trolleys at Woolworths if they get in the way. He was a big prop, wasn't he? Him and Petro. How's Petro going?
Petro?
Gee, he wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him, would you?
Monster.
He'd eat people. He has to. What does he have for breakfast? Not just right. He'd be having fucking everything. He'd be lining them up. Imagine how many wheat bixes he has.
A lot.
I think that's the problem why we lost the Ashes. People changed their cereals. Remember Shane Warne and all that? How many? That was them, wasn't it? How many wheat bix do you do?
That was Brett Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
Was it Brett Lee?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was Brett Lee.
Bitch Johnson. Well, how many fucking wheat bix did he have?
Obviously not
Probably
enough.
eating Twixes. It's looking a bit pudgy.
Muesli.
But I think the Broncos will win this year.
Broncos.
Yeah. Got my tickets for the final.
My dark horse is Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, yeah.
They're still 2 points out of the 4. I reckon if they can win, if they make it in, they're my dark horse.
I think the Souths are out. I think they're finished. Cowboys?
Cowboys, I hope they win.
Yeah.
But they lost Michael Morgan. So I don't know.
They haven't been in the final since the grand final since 2005 with the Tigers.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope they win.
Sharkies?
Sharkies. I don't think they could. I think they make the semis, but I don't think they'll.
Wooden Spoon. Wooden Spooners? Who are we thinking? Warriors.
I'm thinking. I would have said Titans.
Yeah.
Last week, but they had a good win against the Raiders.
Right.
I think it comes down to the Tigers and Knights beat Melbourne, so no.
Yeah, the Knights
Tigers lose against the Titans.
Knights have had consecutive, haven't they? They've had 2 consecutive wins, I think, the Knights. It's funny, I texted my friend the other day who's a Knights supporter, and I said, it was halfway through the game, and I said, the Knights suck. And about 40 minutes later, exactly, he said, we won. So it just shows that you have to have faith in sides, like the Knights. It's interesting, Danny Baduras is their coach. Who's their coach next year?
They haven't figured. They don't know yet, but I think it's...
Someone was saying Nathan Brown the other day.
Nathan Brown and Anthony Griffin are the two, from what I'm hearing.
Well, Nathan Brown will increase violence rates in Newcastle. He slaps a lot of people, doesn't he? That'll be $4.95. Slap
I
at
have
Woolies.
I have huge raps on Anthony Griffin.
Yeah, I like
Broncos. Last year, he coached a lot of those guys, and he blooded Ben Hunt. He put all of his faith in Ben Hunt, and he was the halfback all year. He had a really good year. So I don't think the Broncos would be the team they are without Anthony Griffin.
him.
Alex Glenn, Jordan Kahu, all those guys. He coached them all the way through juniors. So I think he deserves a lot of credit.
So you'd be supporting Griffin in the leadership ballot.
Yep.
You'd
Absolutely.
be putting in the. What about Tinkler? He could coach. Could coach them how to ruin someone's financial career.
I think there'd be a revolt in Newcastle if that.
He has the horses though to make them knights, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's.
When you think
I
about
don't
it.
think he has horses in
Well, they all died, but he fed them. Dog food or something.
I've got a big issue. All right, so I don't know if you heard a few weeks ago in the NHL, but Patrick Kane was not convicted yet.
Oh right, another saga.
Yes. So it's not just in the NRL,
Yeah.
but there were allegations against him by a woman that he sexually assaulted her. So there have been new details emerging that she had teeth marks on her shoulder and some scrape marks on her legs. So basically what I'm hearing, they were at a bar, I think it was a bar.
It's where usually these things
in
happen.
downtown Buffalo, a nightclub.
The Sabres, home of Sabres.
And at Sky Bar, apparently it was. And there were two girls hanging off his, flirting with him all night.
Jeez.
And
Probably wanted the Stanley Cup.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's heavy, that's why they got two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were sort of fending off other women going for Patrick Kane. I'm a little bit confused by this because last time I checked, not checked, but when I was watching HBO,
yeah,
and
reliable
ABC Fact Check, when I was watching Road to the Winter Classic, Patrick Kane had a girlfriend. So I'm really confused. I don't know whether he's cheated on her or whether they broke up. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by that. So the two went home with him to his place in Buffalo, his off-season home.
A unit or a house?
No, a house. Like a lakeside house.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And apparently, so one of the girls or woman went into a room and he followed her in, and then apparently that's when the
shenanigans occurred.
Assault happened, and apparently she straight away left and she frantically called her parents, I think it was, or close friends, and she was crying and all this stuff. And then apparently she went to the hospital straight after. And then that's when the hospital called the police.
Jeez.
I'm not going to throw him under the bus. There are only allegations at this stage. She hasn't been convicted of anything yet. But I suppose the interesting thing is everyone said, the person at the nightclub said, who owned it, that he was being really friendly, stopping to take photos of people, sign signatures and things like that, that he doesn't think that that's how he's acting, that could that really have happened to that woman? Because I suppose some of them would do that, wouldn't they? They
yeah, absolutely. Use it for fame, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly too many drinks. We've all had that.
Yeah.
More than some. I don't know. It's a tough one. You can't make a comment too early.
No.
You just have to let the authorities take care of it.
The thing that with me is, just because they behave one way in public, are they like that at home? Do they act the same way? Which is the thing.
Yeah, right.
What was the one from the big
Varlamov?
No, the one that got convicted of all those sexual assaults. The TV show guy. What's his name?
Cosby.
Yeah, Cosby. And he was a bit the same. Just because he acted one way in the public eye doesn't mean... Yeah, obviously behind closed doors he was a different person. So I'm wondering, I don't know if that's the case or not. Just because they're acting one way in public, he was acting all friendly. That, to me, he does come across like the type... I don't like him, to be honest.
I thought that from that little
like him,
spill.
yeah. But I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that he's guilty.
Well, I think it's
Because
unlikely
everyone has
that
their
we
chance.
will get him on board for this show after you've made those comments.
That's
We could
fine.
get
I'm happy
his
with that.
his
I don't
brother.
want any Chicago players after the
Yeah,
final.
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. Anyone from
Outrageous.
Chicago? What about the show Chicago?
Never seen it.
I haven't as well. Right. You're just too worried they're going to have a Blackhawks shirt on or something. Yeah, right.
So, I don't know. I found that really interesting. I don't know.
Big saga. It's hit the news waves of North Sydney.
It'll drag on, though, because those cases...
Well, it's a long season, isn't
they
it?
don't... That'll drag through the season.
Mm.
That'll take that.
Will it? The big question is, obviously, did he do it? But secondly, how this will affect Patrick Kane and his playing career and the way in which he performs.
Probably, because it means whether or not, if he is convicted of that and he's found guilty, do they suspend his contract? Do they give up his contract? He's probably too good a talent to tear up the contract.
Right.
They'd obviously have to suspend
He's
his
not.
contract.
He's not a young, inexperienced player. I'm not going to be like, go away. He's critical, so they may, try and shield him from all this saga.
Which is what makes it unfair, because I know Mike Richards,
Yeah.
Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah.
He, unfortunately, his points have been down. His offensive numbers have been very down the last couple of years. And to save money in the cap space, they tore up his contract because he was found guilty of illegal possession of a controlled substance
Okay.
in Canada.
Mm.
So from that, they just tore up his contract because they didn't want to buy out his contract because that goes against your cap. But it's unfair because the good players get away with that stuff, but the ones that are not as good, they don't get away with that stuff. I think it's
and you know who has got away with similar stuff? The captain of the ship Titanic. He was responsible for probably one of the worst disasters of 1912. 1912? I think so. We'll fact check that. I'm pretty sure it was 1912. He got away with murder. Actually, he didn't get away. He actually died. But the point is, he was responsible for such a and he's had such a profound impact on the world in which we see today. The movies. David and Margaret would not be around without the Titanic.
Celine Dion.
My nephew would not be a happy person without seeing people die on the Titanic on the movie. The orchestras of the world, Mozart, even though he was before, wouldn't be the same without that music at the end, right? It's had such a devastating impact on the world in which we know it. Think about the song. Who's it by? The Titanic song.
Celine Dion.
Of course.
There was a Supernatural episode actually about this,
Yeah.
where one of them went back in time, not one of Dean or Sam,
Yes.
but someone else went back in time to save the Titanic.
Mm.
The song was never made. They had no idea.
Well, I mean, I think that's something really important. I mean, history could have changed if someone had shot Hitler, but more importantly, if someone had shot you can't shoot an iceberg. Someone had warned them. If we had Twitter, or if we had feminism or something that could have helped them. If we had more boats, right? It started a real trend in the media. But I really like that song. It's something about that song. I have such an emotional connection to the Titanic.
We are going to be singing. We are playing a song
very similar to it. Similar song to it, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a tribute to Celine Dion, aren't we?
But why are we fascinated by the Titanic?
I suppose because it was such a tragedy.
Was it?
It was. It was a massive cruise ship.
Have you seen that Seinfeld episode with George, and he's trying to get that rental apartment from the lady who survived the boat disaster, and he says to her, "Come on, there were only 12 dead. What about my life, But yeah, but
you're right though. It had a massive butterfly effect because with the situation with the lifeboats and not having enough lifeboats, all that sort of stuff. That played into a massive account after that.
Where were they going?
Can you imagine if the same thing had happened with another cruise ship I don't know, 5 or 10 years later.
Yeah.
I suppose probably not during the war.
Yeah, right. Disaster.
Maybe before World War II or something like that. Can you imagine if that had happened then instead of before? No one would have learned from that disaster.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's
I think
damn important.
my quest in life, like Henrik Schliemann's, is to find the damn thing. Yeah, where is it? Is it in aisle 2 at Woolworths? I mean, the collector's item of Titanic, not the actual Titanic, because they've found that, haven't they?
I'm sure they found it. Yeah. Well, I only know that because
They
saw it
found
from the
it
movie.
and they lost it.
From what I know, they found it.
They found it and Clive Palmer's rebuilding it, possibly. People are going to go on that ship that Clive Palmer's building. How crazy is that? It's like going on Malaysia Airlines at the moment. Why would you do that? But no.
Hey, I saw someone go on Malaysia Airlines.
Who was it?
When I was in Vietnam, a lot of people that had not boarded, who had arrived in Ho Chi Minh, they had their old tickets out, and it was Malaysian Airlines.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
It's so cheap. I
It
suppose
is.
people like that would have to.
Yeah.
Well, just to save a few bucks. They'd have
Yeah.
to do that. But I wouldn't.
A few chips.
I couldn't do it.
But Titanic, I mean, the stories, it's a love story as well, I guess. It's just a bit similar to Shakespeare's stories. It ends in tragedy, doesn't it? But, that song, it's something, isn't it? It's quite something.
Be around forever.
It pretty much brought Celine Dion to the world.
Yeah.
Didn't
That's
it?
all it takes.
I don't know anyone who hasn't watched the Titanic.
I think I know a couple of people.
Okay.
I'm sure I heard on the grill team that
And they go on boats, I bet
Geyer
you. Yeah.
or Matthew Johns hadn't seen Titanic.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Right.
So I think
But they've both seen ice.
I believe
Or
so.
been exposed to ice.
I hope.
I think they were on Dancing on Ice, actually. Can you imagine if you... No, I'm not going to say that. But
that was a good show.
it was... it was. I mean, the hosts looked like they were getting married the whole time. Dancing on Ice, though.
I think it's on
that would be
Channel
tough.
11.
You know, I'd like to see Dancing on Ice. On Ice? Wendell Saylor.
Oh, the Big Dell.
On Ice. On Ice. That would be funny. That would be quality television, wouldn't it? They'd need a big ice rink. He's a big guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's huge.
Yeah.
Is he married?
Yeah.
To the person who's the host, I think?
No.
Oh. Tracy Grimshaw?
No, I can't remember that.
You know,
He's definitely married. Yeah,
Tracy Grimshaw has the hots for Gordon Ramsay.
What do you mean? How do you know that?
It's just a little bit of gossip.
Oh,
Josh
it's just
Massoud.
going around.
Josh
Josh
Massoud.
Massoud. Oh, mate, he's got good mail.
He knows
Got
what's
good
going
mail.
on. They're both from Channel 9, I think.
Josh Massoud's Channel 7.
That's a good point.
Let's move on to speaking of Titanic mystery, why don't we move on to something a little bit more perplexed? Troy, the movie.
Yes, he's moving to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Troy,
Troy.
the person Troy, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Troy, the movie. Can you, for those who don't know, the historical accuracy of Troy, can you enlighten me on that? Because I don't know too much about that. How is it changed so that it's more viewable as a movie?
Well,
what are the inaccuracies?
the
What I'm trying to say.
inaccuracies. Well, of course, I
I'm
had
just
a...
having a mini stroke,
Yeah,
so I can't get it out.
Right, yeah. Jeez. When I was in hospital, I used to watch the Stroke Channel, and I found out that you can have sex when you have a stroke.
After you've had a stroke.
Not at the same time. That would be hard. But after. But you have to be on the right side. Not right as in, left or right, but you have to be on the side which is not paralyzed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it is possible to have sex when you've had a stroke.
Interesting. Oh,
Um,
yeah, I'd hope so.
Well, yes. Hey.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Because people in wheelchairs can still.
Can they? Amsterdam, they have a lot of... Anyway, all right, so back to Troy.
Inaccuracies, yeah.
They have a lot of drugs and sex. Inaccuracies in Troy. First of all, they pretty much make it out that the war was over in about a day. That's pretty much the way they detail it.
3 days.
3 days. Sorry.
3 or 4.
The Trojan War lasted for 10 years. It wasn't just a battle. It was a number of battles.
At the start of the movie, there was a different battle, though.
Yeah, there was. When they selected the fighters.
Yeah.
Hercules. Not Hercules. Hercules?
No, Achilles.
Achilles. That's all. Jeez. And but that's a real inaccuracy. I think also from my old teacher, he was saying the actual weaponry used was not around the same time.
Is this Gary Mully?
It is Gary Mully. I wonder where he is at the moment. I can only imagine
Imagine getting him on the podcast.
He would have.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe we can hunt him down.
We have to. We could get.
him on a
Actually,
proper
I have a
good.
private investigator. We could find out where he is.
Get him, and we'll go to him.
Yeah,
the podcast.
yeah, we'll go to him. Yeah. We could listen, and we'd probably have to change the song at the start to a Chinese actress's song.
Classical music.
But there were a lot of inaccuracies. I did like it though, the Troy movie.
I love Troy.
Yeah,
I can watch it all the time. I just got it right.
Oh yeah, of course.
Director's cut.
And in Blu-ray. Yeah, I mean, but any other movies?
What's another inaccuracy? So the depiction that it was over in a short time.
I think the weaponry as well. I mean, I haven't watched it for quite a while. I like the music as well. I think music makes a huge difference in films. Probably another film, and Pompeii's shit. Right?
Can you go through the inaccuracies?
Oh my God.
I liked that as well. So.
Well, I mean, obviously there were no survivors, which they got the right. But
Yeah.
like the black guy Atticus, he dies. You know, he doesn't find a soul partner.
But wasn't like it was very skewed towards more like the gladiator.
It was
like,
the slave class.
I liked that. I thought that was fun. The love side.
You fell
of it,
asleep.
the second time.
Yeah, the second time. Right. I'd give it a good 2 out of 10.
That's a good rating.
It is.
Two being the highest? One being the highest?
No.
Oh.
10 being the highest.
Oh, okay.
I think another terrible film.
I give it about 7 out of 10. No?
70%?
Yeah, 70%. That was pretty good. I'd give Troy 8.5.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah. The other film, of course, is 300.
Oh.
That has a lot of inaccuracies.
Okay, yeah. Can you go through those as well?
Well, first of all, you're going to make sure you watch the right one, because I watched Meet the Spartans 300, and I was a bit confused. I thought Paris Hilton was not in this, and, they didn't play, Disney songs. But 300, I mean, what is with that sexual intercourse scene in the second one?
Oh, that was rough.
It was very rough. That was rougher than the SBS on a Friday night. The Persian lady and Themistocles getting it on in the middle of a battle, pretty much.
Oh, like throwing each other across the room, like strangling
that was
each
sexual
other.
assault. It was consensual
No,
sexual
but they're
assault.
both doing it.
Exactly, it was
That's not
consensual.
sexual assault.
It was mutual.
Yeah, it was mutual.
It was mutual.
They obviously get turned on by that.
Get
They're
turned
a bit
on.
kinky for that stuff.
Yeah, right. That didn't happen.
Well, you never know.
And the way they depicted the Persians, they depicted them like they were the Italians in the Second World War. Hopeless.
Okay.
Xerxes and all that.
I see.
So I think there's a big problem in this country, in the world actually. Titanic, though, was very historically accurate.
Titanic? What the hell is that?
I actually haven't been drinking yet today. I've had a couple of coffees though. Titanic.
Yeah, well, last
a
time
new
we
one.
did this podcast with a bit of alcohol. So if it sounds shit, it's because we're on coffees.
Yeah, right. No. I think we've been pretty good. We're pronouncing a lot better today.
I feel like I'm actually stringing together some words.
Oh
tonight.
yeah,
today.
right.
In the morning.
Yeah, this is good. We should
I like being able to talk at a normal level. Because last time we were doing it like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't want to yell and wake up people.
Yeah,
Now I
exactly.
can just relax.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I could fight.
Yeah, right.
Get
yeah.
on some Uzo or something.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind a shot of absinthe. No,
Why
but
not? It's only 1:13.
yeah, right. Yeah. But Titanic. That's quite historically accurate. I mean, they did hit an iceberg.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they did have sex in that car. As far as I know. I think that we should play that song
We will
in the next
if you-
podcast. Yeah.
No, we'll play our rendition of it at the
Oh,
end. We're
right.
playing it at the end.
Yeah,
Just as a...
I think the ending of our song sounds like the sex scene in the Titanic with that orgasm. Yeah, it went for about 40 seconds, which is about how long most people last. But yeah, movies. Yeah, I guess we need to start watching movies if we're going to do this segment.
I like to sit there and I know that they can never be accurate.
Mm.
Same thing as The Hobbit. I know a lot of people got really angry because they brought in new characters. I don't care because they have to do that for entertainment value. You can't do some of the things like that they did. Do you know what? I was happy.
My auntie's a Hobbit fan, but she does look like a Hobbit as well. We went to Hobbiton with her. She loved it, but she didn't like the toilets.
Did they take any photos of it?
I took some photos.
No, were tourists taking photos of her?
I think so. Yeah, the Americans were definitely convinced. The Chinese tourists loved it. No, nice place.
Well, why don't we look at? Well, for you, we'll look at movies that have the historical based on true events. I should say, sorry.
Yeah.
And you can find the inaccuracies because I don't have enough knowledge.
Yeah.
I'll go out on a limb.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing.
I really enjoy. I really enjoy those movies. Not so much 300. I love Troy.
Yeah, I didn't really like 300. I think last week 2 weeks ago we were talking about the weather, and I think it's probably important to also fact check how we went there with our weather predictions.
Okay, so I vaguely remember.
Yes.
You going out and saying it was going to be 65 degrees the next day. I don't know if you're talking about Fahrenheit or Celsius.
65 degrees on my heater, I meant. On my Mitsubishi.
Last I checked, the day after definitely was not 65
It was hailing,
degrees
I think.
Celsius.
It was hailing.
Probably was
hailing. Yeah, right.
So
hailing with snow.
I think your prediction was wrong.
Well, Tim Flannery makes a lot of inaccuracies as well. I mean, are you going to sack me?
No.
Are we going to bring in a weatherman? We can't afford it.
No.
Yeah.
Let's try... Who do we want to get on next week? I really want to try and get Brad Yip on.
Yeah, Brad Yip could make an appearance.
He seems busy.
We'll have to make it, 2 p.m. when he's up.
Yeah. I think he's at uni.
Right.
Should we try... if only we had a Reddit thread, we could ask who people want.
We should make a Facebook page or something.
I don't think we will.
We won't. Okay.
No, we will.
Right. Yeah. We're very optimistic about this.
Mitch Flight,
yeah.
I don't think people will enjoy hearing his voice.
Well, no, but we can, people can yell at him, and a little bit of poor criticism is always good. So I think we do need the lefty and the righty, and Mitch Flight is more left than a limousine, so he can be on it. But who would be the righty? I mean, I don't know anyone who's right wing in this house. Except for us.
Except for everyone.
Well, we'll have to go far and wide into the corners of the Warringah electorate, or the east.
Let's go to the North Shore.
Pretty much. Yeah, we'll just put up a stop the boat sign or something. But we will get a righty. That has to be a goal. We'll have to say, there will be no climate change believers here.
Wings,
yes,
can
ABC.
You tell us about your feminine shit.
Oh my lord! I probably shouldn't say that because I don't believe in the Lord.
Just to finish off this brilliant podcast.
There's too much stress in this world. Too many feminists. What is with feminists? They have their own agenda which they try and inculcate on people. All I wanted to do in that tutorial was get my participation mark up, which is fundamental, particularly when you lose your bloody uni assignment and hand it in late and then have to resubmit the wrong one. So I was just trying to get my participation up, and I knew it was going to be raining with bloody communism that day because there was a protest and there was a fire alarm. It was nuts. So I'm just sitting in there looking at my friend going, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to explode. The amount of inaccuracies, similar to Troy, that were being perpetuated in that bloody newsroom or tutorial room was alarming. So I just had to say something. So I said, I just wanted to talk about, we were talking about female rights and we were talking about race, and I was just making a simple point of how in the 1950s, society very much looked at the idea of race as important in defining people. So when we discriminate,
What do you think Mully would say?
I think he'd agree.
Moron.
No,
He
he didn't agree. But most people disagreed in there. They said that no, race wasn't important. And I said, well, yeah, hang on, let's just talk about this. And I got this feminist lady it was like vultures. It's like I just said, KFC's good for you. I mean, they just all hit me at once. They all hit me with their best shot.
With their handbags.
Pretty much. Yeah, they're irons.
That's a good song.
It is a good song. Yeah, it is a good song. And it was incredible. It was the atmosphere. It was like being at the Colosseum with the gladiators. Everyone was firing towards me, and I was just like, oh, I don't need this. It's Tuesday. I've just lost my shopping. And I just tried to make some sense into it. Fighting a feminist is like, trying to buy a house. I mean, it's expensive. It's gonna cost you. It's psychologically debilitating. And anyway, no one spoke up for me. And you know what the feminist lady said?
What's that, Camo?
A lot of things, but she said mainly, you know what? Let's just change the subject. And what do you think that means? Let's just change the subject.
I think that means this is going nowhere.
And she's lost. And she's lost.
Oh,
she's accepting defeat.
Okay, yeah.
She's submitted towards me.
Yep.
And I said, let's not move on. Let's talk about this. And you know what she just said? Let's move on. And I said, well, yes. Okay, well, let's move on. Because I didn't want to cause any more uproar. So at the end of the tutorial, I said to the lady, you need to revisit the history books. You need to revisit the forests, the hookers of the history of Sparta, the Buries, the Gibbons.
The hookers.
Yeah, the hookers of King's Cross. Which she probably does. You need to revisit. This is shocking. You know nothing about history. This is what the problem with feminism is. It's all political. Everything in history is political. They see everything through such a narrow lens, and they don't accept anyone else's opinion. It's like being either on the BBC or being in bloody, Russia during the Cold War. There's no argument or freedom of speech. I feel like, and as my friend said the other day, I feel like I'm almost like the only righty in there. The only right in the entire tutorial, the entire group. These people are crazy. I'm going to write notes next time so I can be prepared to be expunged on. So, I mean, that's enough. It's very traumatic. It's very traumatic. You put me in a bad mood now. I'm going to go home and breastfeed. Oh.
Well, that's all for today.
Yeah, it is.
I think we'll definitely finish on that note.
Oh, my Lord.
We're going to try and get a third member on next week. I don't think we'll get a Reddit thread by next week.
It is looking like the Tony Abbott cabinet at the moment. We've got no women. So we probably need to work on that. But they have to be in balanced views. So if anyone knows any women, that would be great. We'll try and get some more people on.
Yeah, we'll definitely try for, I don't know, Mitch Flight, the Yipster, one of those, the above. I'd like to get Brad Moody on eventually.
I don't think we have space for Mitch Flight in this room.
No, I don't think so.
It's a very small room.
No, it is.
We might have to change destinations. Hire out an entire office for you, maybe.
What I want to... Well, we got the speakers here, though, which is a good thing. We need to play the songs.
Yeah, we do.
But we'll set up a table next time. And we can, everyone around in a circle.
Yeah, right.
Do it that way. Well, I'll just put a table there. And we can do it that way next time.
We can sit on printers. We'll have to buy some printers. Some chairs.
Means we'll have to buy a new one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Which I have done before.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. When will be the date?
Well, we'll try for next Friday.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Try.
Which is the 3rd, I think, or the 4th?
Friday the...
Check out the dart.
4th.
The 4th. The
4th of September.
2 days before Father's Day.
Oh, really?
That could be a real big segment.
Oh, dear. I haven't even done Father's Day.
No, I didn't even know there was a Father's Day. I looked it up on Google. I looked it up on Bing initially. It was on the Bing Lee website. But, yeah, it's Father's Day. Things are moving towards Christmas. All I want for Christmas is no feminists in my tube. And Alicia Keys singing at my wedding.
Sounds beautiful.
It is, yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. We're going to just send you off with this rendition of Celine Dion. My heart. My heart will go on.
This one's for you, Jason.
go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you a go on. Near, afar, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you've opened the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime, and never let go till we're gone. Love was when I loved you, a true time I hold to. In my life will always go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you've opened the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will